you doing, my friends? We are back, baby. Yes, I was on a little vacation. There wasn't a lot of videos here. We got some magic stuff up while I was gone, but now we are getting back to the core of things here at the Jovenshire channel, where we cover all things superheroes, video games, comic books, TV shows, movies, all things geeky here in one place. And that's right, we're finally talking about Joker. Now, before we get into the meat and potatoes of this particular episode, I just want to say that if you are new to this channel, please hit that subscribe button, because if you like this video, I guarantee you're going to like the other stuff that we do here. We got some Magic the Gathering, we have some board games, we've got cool news like this, sometimes gameplay with the friends, but more importantly, we got me. Wait, no, don't go away. Don't click away because I said that. I'm sorry. I got great information too. Yeah, that's right. We're having some insightful conversation in the comments below because I like talking to you about the same stuff that I love talking about. So, with that said, subscribe if you haven't already. Sign up for notifications if you'd really like to support. That's a great way to do it for free. And let's jump into today's topic, which is, was that one scene in Joker really that necessary? Now, if you can gather from the title of the description, all that fun stuff, we will be talking about Joker spoilers. So if you haven't seen the movie yet, you might not want to watch the rest of this video, so please come back to it afterwards. Or maybe you just don't care. Because honestly, this doesn't... you know, before I say anything, I don't know if I'm going to give too much away. I am going to be talking about a particular scene at the end of the movie that, I don't know, it's a thing. Yeah, just, it's spoilers. Spoilers. Blah, blah, blah. I don't want to say this is a full-on review. I really do want to focus on the creative process, what an artist wants to do versus what a studio makes them do. But we will be talking about a little bit on the review side of things. And of course, the big question, again, spoilers, was it all real? Now, let's just address that up front. At the end of the day, when you have a movie like this where you have to guess, is it real? I'm here and I'm like, you know what? It's real. It happened because not only did I want it to, but there's two things that I'm going to point out that prove that this all happened. And I know I'm just another YouTuber with a red arrow in the thumbnail saying, oh, that one detail you didn't notice. So I don't want to spend too much time on that aspect of it. It's really just talking about that one scene that's not needed. So before, I keep teasing you with it. I know, because first I want to talk about my review of it. First off, I did not think that it was the masterpiece that everyone was claiming it to be. That being said, I did think this was a very good movie. 10 out of 10? I don't know. 8, 9. It was good. The cinematography is some of the best I've ever seen in any superhero movie, hands down. I think Dark Knight actually did a great job. It's funny because there will be a lot of comparisons to this movie to The Dark Knight for obvious reasons and not so obvious reasons, one of which is the cinematography was unbelievably beautiful. Some of the shots were just so good. When the Joker is on the talk show at the end, and it's just the shot of him looking over his shoulder and talking. It's so moody. It's so perfectly captured. Him dancing around in the hospital as a clown was so tense and so long, and just again building. It was great. Some of the best cinematography I've ever seen in a superhero movie. It had me just, the whole time I was like, that's a good shot. That's a good shot. Joaquin Phoenix obviously did a phenomenal job, not just portraying a character, but portraying the type of person that becomes this character. Yes, Heath Ledger got the Oscar for his portrayal of Joker, and because he played a great character. It was the character of Joker that we know. It was great in the movie. 100% an amazing Joker. Joaquin Phoenix, I don't know if I would give him the title of best Joker on screen, but Joaquin Phoenix plays this character that just you believe can become the Joker, and he does it so well. The way that they explain the laughing in this, I think, is brilliant. He has a disease that he can't stop laughing during awkward situations, and you could see him trying to hold it back, and he's choking on his own tongue, trying not to laugh. You ever like get a coughing fit while in class or something, and you try so hard to hold that second cough in, but it just still happens, and you're choking on that cough? He did that, and it was so hard to watch in the best possible way. He was phenomenal. I think he deserves an Oscar nom for playing a person with this disability and playing it so physically well. It was brilliant how he did it. Story, thought it was interesting. Is this the Joker that winds up being the Joker in the normal Batman canon? Yes, no, we don't know, and that's not important. It is important to note that in comics, in comic canon, Batman did find out that there were 3 different Jokers. So this could be the first Joker, and obviously incites this clown riot kind of thing. And so there's other people that could eventually pick up the mantle later on when Batman becomes Batman, and then we got a new Joker. So whether that fits in, it's not really important at the same time, because this was a superhero origin story movie from the opposite side of things, but done as a superhero movie. So you start off with a character that's down on his luck, who then in this case, accidentally gets his superpowers, if you will, and then you see the transformation into the use of his full power. And that you would normally see in a normal superhero movie, with the same elements were taken down to the 3rd act, but in this case, his superpower is murder. And how they portray him, causing this giant movement, but he doesn't know that he did it, and he didn't mean to do it. It's just kind of him and the chaos that he lives in. Phenomenally done. But just, I do want to touch base on the controversial aspect of this movie. Like, does this movie incite a thought process that other people could relate to and then want to cause chaos and violence too? I do not believe that there is a correlation between the two, because science has proven that there isn't, but it does kind of glorify this villain. So, in society, if we stay lax on specific controversial things and good parenting. It was weird to see this movie where you couldn't really connect with this character because he was a bad guy. He, not necessarily by choice in the beginning, but it's just what wound up happening. And it's still hard to relate as a viewer to the protagonist, who's also the antagonist. It's, I don't know, I think when you look at Thanos as this amazing bad guy in the MCU, it made sense. I think his plan made sense. Sometimes I get stuck in traffic on the 405 and I was like, you know what? Maybe Thanos was right. So very different types of villains, but to see Joker's perspective, everything, again, well done in this superhero version of like the 3-act movie. But so that's my take on the movie. I did think it was good. I don't think it was a masterpiece of like the greatest superhero movie that will inspire how all future superhero movies should be made. I just think that it was very well done, and cinematography and Joaquin Phoenix, phenomenal. Great. All right, now let's talk about the thing that we started this whole video about. Why did they add that scene? For those of you that were probably able to guess what I'm talking about, I am of course talking about the Bruce Wayne's parents' death. Yet again in another movie. It's not even Batman's origin movie, and we're still seeing his parents die. I'll be honest, I think that the connection, is really cool in this particular story, and how they're telling it, that his parents died because of a Joker riot, if you will. Obviously from comics canon, that's not entirely what happened, but I liked this take on it. I thought it was great. I just don't think we needed to see it happen. Now, the reason why this scene wasn't needed is because there is the idea of, did this happen or did it not happen? I mentioned that at the beginning, and I want to touch on why it in fact did happen. Everything did happen because of 2 reasons. Yes, everything, the whole movie is through Joaquin Phoenix's perspective. Everything that you see, he is there for, except for 2 scenes. One, after he kills the late night host, De Niro, and it pans out on all the TVs, you see that is the perspective that is not Joaquin Phoenix's Joker's perspective, and you see that this stuff is actually happening, so it's not all in his head. He did actually kill that host. Was he glorified at the end, like he thought he was? Who knows? But the riots happened. That happened. The only other shot, the only thing that happened in this movie that wasn't from his perspective was also Bruce Wayne's parents dying. There's no way that Joaquin Phoenix's character could have known that was going to happen. He might have wanted some kind of death to happen, but again, it's not his perspective, so we don't know if we know that this actually happened because it wasn't him imagining it, because he wasn't there, much like in the scenes with his girlfriend that's there, but it's not there. So those are the 2 things that prove that yes, it happened. Now, when it comes to the Batman or the Batman origin in this, with his parents dying, I do honestly believe that was the studio saying, this is a Batman thing. We need to have his death in there, or the parents' death in there. I do think that it's just the studio trying to ham-fist the origin story one more time. So the big answer to the question, what scene was not needed, it was this particular scene of Bruce Wayne's parents dying, because it's one of the only shots in the entire movie that isn't from Joaquin Phoenix's Joker's perspective. I think it was forced in there just to have it, and it wasn't needed. It was the way that the movie was done through his eyes. Was it real? Was it not real? Was it real? Was it not real? Is perfect. That is an amazing take on how the Joker might see life. But the fact that they added this scene in the movie that just isn't from his perspective, not necessary. So that is my hot take on the Joker movie. I want to know from you guys now. Did you agree with this? Did you not agree with it? Let me know in the comments below, because I love talking to you about this particular stuff. So if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, because there's some amazing things happening. Season 2 of Hero Click happening, and a new video series that I'm going to start doing with Lasercorn where food is involved. Just going to say that. Anyways, thank you for watching. Till the next time, I'll see you later. Thank you so much for watching this episode here on the Jovenshire channel. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and smash that like button, because you don't want to miss what we do here on the channel. And of course, in the meantime, we've got a video here on the right that I think you might like, and the one here on the left, well, YouTube thinks you're going to like it, so go give it a watch.